Many of our kids choose to serve their country in the military after graduation. Well, imagine being forced to become a fighter as a child just to stay alive. A best-selling author visited Ballard High School to tell his story as a child soldier. Correspondent James Scharff explains.
It's not every day that a high school library packed with students is silent. That's because of the guest speaker whose teen years are worth hearing.
The point that I wanted to make, particularly for me, the writing came about through a series of frustrations, through a series of ways to explain to people who I was and where I was coming from.
Ishmael Beah was just 13 and living in Sierra Leone when he was forced by his government to be a soldier. He eventually was rescued and arrived in the United States. The details of his life became a memoir called A Long Way Gone. The book was read by students in English teacher Nikki Fisher's class.
I hope they take away from this book and this experience that there's a whole world out there, and there are a lot of people experiencing things that are very different than what we experience here in America. And I hope that through this book they're able to learn more about the world around them and how they can make a difference in that world.
If you give somebody an opportunity, real opportunity, not just a pretense of it, they will rise to the occasion.
And pretty much what I took away from it was that anything's possible, and his inspirational speaking of how he overcame what he dealt with and just decided to never give up.
The one thing that stood out to me when he talked today was his explanation on how he got over drugs and the whole issue with just trying to move on and be strong about what he's been through and how he did it and how he overcame the things that he went through.
You live in this world, you have an obligation to know what's going on, and with that information to choose what you can do about it.
Ishmael Beah is now in his 30s. He hopes his book enlightens students to life in other parts of the world. I'm Ballard correspondent James Scharff for Our Kids.